I'm immensely proud of what I do. Well, to me, it's a privilege, to be honest.
It's a funny thing, serious injury. Sometimes you don't really understand it until you've seen it, until you've maybe even seen it in your personal life.
Everybody puts their trust in you, and once that trust is placed, you have an obligation then to make sure that everything is done for them going forward.
Just remembering who they are as a person, rehabilitation is so important. And when you see clients realise that they can do things and that they can enjoy life again, it really just makes everything worthwhile.
But life can change in literally the blink of an eye, in a matter of moments. And these people need immediate support.
Being a good lawyer is just not good enough.
A case that means a lot to me and really sticks in my mind. I acted for an English family who sadly lost their father. And it was a very complicated case arising out of a road traffic accident in Italy.
One of my clients is a schoolgirl who was knocked over by a car. She was a pedestrian and she suffered a brain injury.
The first time I met Sally was in a hospital bed in the infirmary. And walking in that room, I shall never forget actually what I saw.
Our department is looking after a number of clients who have come to us sadly because they are victims of the Manchester arena bombing.
She was a cyclist who had been struck by a motor car. She'd been dragged 30 metres underneath the car. There was barely any skin left on this lady's body. And I looked at her and thought, I will fight for you. Yeah.
There were 2 jurisdictions at play, and then I was able to bring the civil claim in England, working with an Italian lawyer for expert advice to achieve the best possible outcome for that family.
Within a couple of days of getting the case, we got a really quick interim payment for her so she could afford to do her extracurricular activities. We set up a multidisciplinary team meeting so that we could get her rehab back on track. And we also got Mum on board because Mum was really struggling. What's really been instrumental to moving forward with that case was getting Mum's trust and confidence in us.
I tend to come to the case at the end of the litigation, so there's been a long fight to secure the final sum for the client. So the clients are generally quite battered at this point and looking for some support going forward. So it might be a support worker, it might be a case manager to help them set up all the therapies they're going to need. It might be money to go on holiday, little things that people take for granted that haven't been able to happen.
There was a time that I did what was called commercial litigation, but for me it wasn't. I didn't enjoy it. To me, it was people with money fighting other people with money. But doing what I do and making a difference to somebody's life or to their family's lives, and taking them and guiding them through that journey, it's very rewarding.
They've been at a very low ebb where they've just needed a bit more help and support, and if we can't give it to them, then who will?
It may be viewed by the public or some in the profession as an ambulance chasing job. What needs to happen is for people to think if they were in this situation, where would they turn? And that is to people like me and to a firm like us, because we're a firm who devotes expertise to trying to help. Yeah.